I'm broke the boss, I flip the script. Super Trucker Podcast got me fully equipped. Left the noise behind, now I'm stacking green. Voyager Nation make me live the dream.
Every mile has a cost.
Yeah, absolutely. As an owner, every mile has a cost because, again, you're paying for the insurance, you're paying for the fuel, you're paying with your time. Everything is on you, and so every move costs money.
And also, not just every mile. I think, that's a little misleading. Every day, every week, every month. So, for example, you have some fixed cost out there, like a truck payment, house payment, and everything else. And now imagine, on the first week, you swing by the McDonald's drive-thru. The second week, that's a week that we just described. Your bills, we don't care.
No. Yeah.
So you're not even meeting the minimum requirement. And then, because of so much stress that got generated, maybe for your own reasons, right? Because you escalated that. Mm-hmm. Now you see trucking as a very, very stressful and difficult, hard work because you probably got tired more than if you would just shut the fuck up and drove.
Yeah, but it is heavy, stressful, and hard work for people with that mindset.
Yes. But how do you get out of that?
That's on the next episode. That's the hard part, man. That's like... no, because again, man, this video right here, some people could see it as bitching and whining, right? But it's like, how do we highlight your mind frame? How do we highlight that the most important piece of it is the way you approach this industry will determine if you're successful or not?
Actually, this is my biggest headache in this industry that I just can't wrap my head around. And I was even thinking, maybe talking about those things to the people who are not currently in that scenario. Yeah. Let's say the driver who's driving right now and just listening to this. He's not in that position yet. He may be in 2 hours, as soon as he arrives at the shipper, right? Or receiver. And now he's going to be the one held up there for a little bit of extra time. Maybe if somebody thinks through it, what we say right now, when we're not personally in the middle of that situation, and then that's going to happen, and then the individual who has common sense, who's going to get worked up, because it's never going to be fun when you're going to be held up at the shipper. Regardless, you watched this podcast or you didn't.
No one's having a good time.
Yeah, nobody's having a good time. But now, man, I can tell you one thing. If I would have just listened to this when I'm not personally being held up at the shipper, and 2 hours later I'm held up at the shipper, I'm probably going to be like, son of a bitch, like, fuck them, but man. But I'm going to probably react a lot calmer to the situation, just because I was just exposed to someone else's stupidity and don't have to try it on my own head.
Yes. And it's crazy, but you'll have, like, let's say, other content that's out there just about trucking and stuff like that, and they'll go over graphs and breaking news about this trucking company, this CEO, what they should have said and not done. The beauty about what we're covering here is that you can control this. Mm-hmm. This is a decision. This is absolutely in your hands. None of this is somebody else's responsibility to fix for you. You can make a difference by coming to the table correct. Like, you can choose to be successful if you can manage these factors. It's a different experience, as opposed to like a guy thinks that just because we're yelling cheap freight, like rates are going to go up because just enough people said that. Like,
no, it's just about empty. It's about doing what you can do. And what can you do? You can change the way you act. You can change certain things about how you do business. But you cannot change no economy. You cannot change no trucking industry. It's just little things that you can do for yourself.
Yeah. All those other things just distract you of your reality. It's just white noise that people rather get distracted than to focus on what could change, because it's hard. The same for everybody.
So for that one individual that watched so far in the video, I have a question.
Yeah.
How do you, if as an owner operator or a driver, how do somebody like me or Christian get to you? Meaning, get to you with information.
Yeah.
What would need to happen so we are talking to each other at the same level. It's not a blaming game. It's not fuck them, but not fuck them. It's about you and us talking on the same level, solving real problems and avoiding all the chaos and disaster.
Yeah.
Without getting emotionally fucking worked up.
Yes.
So let me know in the comments, because I've been in trucking for 25 years. That's one question that I cannot find an answer to, because every time when something already happens, it's too fucking late. Even if you approach it with the most professionalism that there is. And I'm not saying that I haven't dealt with a lot of good people that actually did the right thing. But I'm saying very often it goes less than
because this industry is predominantly this. When you look at it,
it is very easy. Go to any trucking company's, let's say Google reviews, and read them, and you're gonna everything that we have discussed right now. Apply that to every negative review, and it's gonna be like, oh shit. So maybe it's not that bad.
Yeah. I think so.
So maintenance is your money. Yes, when you're an owner-operator, maintenance is your money. So very important having a truck. One thing that I'm unable to understand, sometimes, when we have to collect, again, DOT requirement, we have to have truck and trailer maintenance files, right? Mm-hmm. So every month we are collecting truck maintenance records from the owner-operators. And every time it can be such a big deal. I don't understand why. And then, you have a lot of people with less than perfect trucks, meaning we're not bad or anything. We're just, on the older side. And I drove old trucks myself. Man, I don't know, a month without any maintenance or itty bitty repair. That's a rare find.
Yeah, I don't even think it comes down to that. I think it's as simplistic as people are so complacent, and because they've never been in a situation that DOT is asking for it, they don't understand the importance of it, and it doesn't go beyond that.
Yes, and instead of learning about it, we use it to get pissed off and worked out.
Yeah. Then the job is I didn't send it this week or nothing this week, and then we think that you're winning. You think that it ends there. And then, then when you learn it doesn't end there, and, obviously because you're probably going to go through something, then it's like, okay, man, I wish I could go back and change all that. And too late.
And also, when it comes down to overall success of an owner-operator, man, I hope sometimes when, those maintenance receipts are such a big deal, I hope it's just on the paper. Mm-hmm. I hope it's not true neglect of equipment. Because if you're neglecting your equipment, man, I've seen quite a few owner-operators that would ignore little things. I'll do it later, or right now your settlement sucks because you had one of those incidents or whatnot, right? And you always pushing that maintenance for later, and then it compounds.
Yep.
And now you have a rust bucket in your possession. And for you to fix one little thing is no longer going to move a needle. But to fix everything, it's $20,000.
That you don't have.
That you don't have, yes. And as an owner-operator, if you're a company driver and you're slightly negligent, then probably it's going to cost your company. However, if you're an owner-operator and you're negligent to your equipment, that's gonna end up costing you a lot of money, or perhaps your business.
Yeah, for sure.
Because when it compounds to something really, really big, at that point you're out of the game.
Yeah, but then you don't have a choice.
Because if you were delaying the $500 repair, and now you're looking at 20,000,
the show's over.
It's
because if you didn't have 500, you sure as hell don't have 20.
Yes. And another thing is blaming dispatch. So as a driver, maybe you can blame a dispatch because, it's a company truck, company dispatcher, it's a company business. If we decide that, we're gonna send you home for whatever reason. That would be pretty stupid, but still. And now you're not making money. It's very easy to blame a dispatcher. When you're an owner operator, can you blame a dispatcher for not making money?
No. And I think it kind of leads to this one right here. You get what you negotiate. And it's not necessarily just about rates. You get what you negotiate with yourself. So if you're negotiating with yourself that it's okay not to spend the $500 on maintenance, and then here you go, you're negotiating with yourself why not to do certain things like, I don't go here, I don't go there, this week off. Like, that is not the place to negotiate. That is the place to be determined. That is the place to be, just pushing forward. So it's so easy to blame your dispatcher for a problem that you created. And here you go. So it just gets complicated again, because guys, we're talking about the people business, and there are factors that you cannot control in here. So for example, if you can't control the rates, how is the dispatcher controlling the rates?
Because he has deity. No, I know the dispatcher. Yeah, like the good dispatcher can make your life a lot easier, because I would rather be dispatched by a very strong dispatcher than some average or below average dispatcher. That's gonna obviously have an effect, but at the end of the day, it's about business mindset. So, for example, every company from time to time have those dry periods where nobody is making money. But what do? We still go to work. We still carry on. We still do the right things, because the only reason we are where we are is because we already know. Just keep pushing. The suffering is going to be over at some point, sooner or later.
Yeah.
And the good time's going to come. And when the good time's going to come, you got to be in business to enjoy those good times, right? So at that point, it's the same thing with an owner operator. Sometimes the rates drop a little. The fuel goes up a little. The easiest exit is to just quit. To say, it's not worth it. I'm not making money. The economy got me. The industry got me. My dispatcher got me. The company got me. But at the end of the day, you can still make a decision to carry on. There is absolutely no way that you cannot make enough money to make a truck payment, to at least cover your payments. Sometimes the industry allows you to make a hell of a lot more than just what you need. But to make what you at least need, assuming that you don't live a rockstar lifestyle,
right? Yeah,
because nobody is responsible for that, you can always make the bare minimum. You can always make enough money to pay your bills.
Yeah, and then you're not depleting savings. You're at least you're not going backwards. You may be stuck. You may be a little stagnant for a little bit, but it'll pick back up.
Yes. And maybe at some point it will turn around and things are going to be great, and maybe it's going to be a time to buy a second truck, a third truck, start up your own company. But the only way you can get there is if you survive those bad days.
Yeah. Like, even think about it when it's when you were a company driver for these guys, right? No one ever said, "Oh my God, the fuel went up. Go home." Oh my God, dude, that wasn't done when you were a company driver. They pushed through. Maybe they didn't make as much.
Or we didn't make anything at all. We just pushed through.
Yeah, so when anybody was a company driver, when was that ever a decision that, something happened, they'd send you home?
Yeah, because, for example, long time ago, we got really, really fucked during the OT audit. Like, really fucked. And very unfairly, by the way. Like, absolutely unfairly. Load of batteries, shit went sideways, and we ended up getting hit as a hazmat carrier for everything that a hazmat carrier is supposed to kind of follow. And we're not even a hazmat carrier. So we never even hold the hazmat. But because that cargo was reclassified into hazmat, we reclassified us as a hazmat carrier and fucked us good, like really good. And man, we had a conditional safety rating for a little bit, like probably about a year or so. We didn't made a penny. We actually took out some loans just to stay in business. So if we apply that to driver mentality, right? We could have packed and said, oh well, it's fucked up. They got us. But then we would never know what's beyond that.
Right. Yeah.
And we decided, okay, we're gonna take risks. We're gonna push through. We're gonna go to work. We're gonna work without pay. And there was a better day on the other side.
And then that's the thing, like when you come here to share that, so people can learn through that process, but it gets difficult when everybody else as an owner operator is just looking at it like nobody wants to see that, nor are they asking. They just think an abundance of trailers in the bag, you got it made. And it's easy.
Yeah, it just, even right now, me to tell that story, I remember exactly how freaking painful it was. But when I'm telling that story, I'm kind of reliving it a little bit. I can't even feel a smallest portion of the pain that I felt back then.
Well, that's a good thing, I guess. It subsides. And as always, keep trucking, stay earning.
All right, guys, if you're a Florida-based owner-operator, give us a call, 863-342-5171, because my dispatcher can beat your dispatcher any day.
Here we go.
Take care, guys.
Operators looking for the best business owner opportunity, look no further. I got all the programs that are going to make you successful. Everything to operating from 2 different fuel cards, top of the line trailers with a maintenance program that is unbeatable, to plates, insurance, you name it, we got it. All you got to do is give us a call, 863-342-5171. Learn more and get started.